Look, I work at the butcher shop down the street. My boss man sent me up here to buy some beef. All you've been doing is auction off goats. When are you going to auction beef?
Look, the beef will be sold off at 6 o'clock.
You don't probably work with anybody, do you? Nobody wants those goats.
Thing for you to do is get on out of here.
Oh, I will, but I suppose my work time is up at 4 o'clock.
I go out and work these fields day after day, yet my sorry brother don't lift one finger to help. He goes out drinking, spending his money on women. I stood behind my father 100%, yet one half of this farm goes to my brother as well as me. It really angers me to think about it.
He scares me when he gets to drinking. I don't know what he'll do. I've been thinking about leaving just to get away from him. I'm scared of that man.
You must stay on. You know Mr. Brooke needs you. Not only to keep up the house, but he needs someone to talk to. He needs a friend. And his other son? Well, he's a poor excuse for a son.
I don't want to leave. This is the only home I've ever known. But that brother of yours, he gets crazy when he gets drinking. I'm afraid he might harm me.
Well, he won't bother you in this house.
That's right. I've seen it with my own eyes. Before his mother died, he came in late one night. He was drinking. He was cursing at his mother. Well, Mr. Brooks slapped him right down on the floor. He has a nasty right. Ron won't bother you in this house. He knows better.
Oh, there you are. Hello, son. I wanted to tell you, there's a lot of work around here to be done. And, I'm kind of short of help, and I kind of thought maybe I can count on you to do some work around here.
Well, look, Dad, I'm coming home from work. I'm not coming home to go to work.
I don't think you understand, son. I gotta have your help. Listen, we got this business here, this tobacco business. If that turns ripe, I won't be able to sell it. And that means that we can go broke. And I'm telling you, son, I want your help to work with me. I expect you to work.
Take your hands off me, old man. I didn't ask you to plant this crop. The house is paid for. The land is paid for. You are not going to starve. If you want to get out and work these fields for recreation, that is your business. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going out and I'm going to drink some beer. old man, nobody is going to stop me from drinking.
Don't you talk to our father like that. Now, I'll do my share of the work, but I'm not doing all the work. And you're going to do your part, or I'm going to shut that big mouth of yours.
My boys. No fighting in my home. Please, please.
Y'all have fun out those tobacco fields, you hear? Have fun, Sammy.
Sammy, I don't understand the boy. What got into him, Sammy?
I don't know. I just don't know, Paul.
It's not like him.
Don't know what we're going to do with him, Paul. Okay, let's keep it moving out there. Don't get too hot.
Speaking about hot, it is. I tell you, 20 years ago, I can handle this sort of thing. But now, my boy...
Why don't you go in the house and cool off, Paul? I can handle it.
It's a good idea. Sammy, you're a good boy. All right, Sammy. But if you need me, call me, all right?
I'll do that, Paul. You get you some rest and cool off.
All right, Sammy.
Woman, get me another beer out of the refrigerator and take this and throw it in the trash.
No, I won't be a part of it. You know Mr. Brooks don't allow drinking in this house, and you put that beer in the refrigerator.
Don't you give me no lip, woman. You do what I tell you. You hear me?
Don't you talk to her like that. You watch your mouth. You sit here drinking your beer while your father and your brother are out slaving in the field. You're not even fit to live here.
Don't you give me no lip, woman.
Well, you've got my advice. And Mr. Brooks is not going to stand for you sassing his housekeeper or for you drinking in this house. And I'm going to tell him about it.
Don't you lecture me, you big-mouth woman. I'm going to ring.
Hi-ho! What is it? What's all this commotion? What got into you? I never thought I ever had the date. I had to do this. Now listen. Now that was enough. Now you don't come in this house and do what you think you can do. You got the devil in you. You understand? The devil. And I'm somehow, because I happen to be your father, and I love you, my son, but you're going too far. I'm going to get that devil out of you somehow. And you don't come in here and bother these ladies. You understand? And like I said before, it's enough. And I'm going to have you leave this place. And I don't care where you go, but I want you to leave this place. And I want you to take a walk and just stay away for a while and cool off. And when you get back feeling get back to yourself, I might have you come back here. But as of now, I want you to pack up your stuff and leave. Leave. Understand? Leave.
Mr. Brooks, Mr. Wilson's here to see you.
Yes. Bring him in.
Mr. Brooks?
Yes. Mr. Wilson. Well, I'm glad to know you.
Thank you, brother.
Mr. Wilson, I got to be frank with you. I am going to need some money.
Yes, that no good brother of mine took what money we had for farm expenses and left.
Mr. Wilson, rightfully, it was his. But of course he chose to take the money, rather wait till I was dead.
Well, you shouldn't have given it to him. You know you're going to have to put the farm up for collateral. If you can't make the payments, you'll lose it.
But Mr. Wilson, listen, we gotta have the money. We got to have it. After all, listen, we gotta pay all the help. And the equipment that we're gonna have to have.
Hello, Mr. Bird. Come on in.
Mr. Brooks sent for me.
I'm glad you could come today. Mr. Brooks has been so depressed since his son left. Maybe you can cheer him up.
Have a seat, James. Yeah. About Ron. He didn't really run away. I just ran him off. Well, what I was going to tell you. Yeah, since my son Ron has left, it's a lot of work around here. It's a big plantation. Seems like the work is never done. So actually, I got a feeling that there's a lot. It's just too much for me. But I think I need a man like you, James, that's not afraid to give orders. You know, that's the way you get things done. So I got a feeling that you're the right man for the job.
I'm going to show you just how tough you are. I've killed men with my hands before. Let this be a lesson to you, little brother.
Look, this silent treatment has got to go. Understand what we're talking about? Sheriff, they started it. It was their fault. They're to blame.
Well, now, looky here what we got. That's one of the new ones.
Let me take him, Chris.
Hey, Ron. Come on in. Have a seat. I need to talk to you. Goodness, I understand you're having a lot of trouble with those land boundaries and you're just getting in deeper and deeper. Why didn't you let me know? I could have helped you out.
Well, I just wasn't expecting trouble at the time.
Oh my goodness. It sounds like you're in really deep.
You know, there was a time that I lived for the nightlife, but it just, you know, I've got on community service in the son of this mission because the man that I work for, he had been cleaning up around the trailer park and he told me where to put the trash. We was right on the land boundary and, well, the neighbors come up, a man and his brother, they accused me of putting trash on their property. We had trouble. So what I'm saying is, it's either work at this mission or go to jail. And what it is, the speaker, part-time minister, he couldn't be here tomorrow. Well, I've been called to speak. Now, I know a little about the Bible, but not enough to be a preacher. So what it is, I looked in the book of Genesis, second chapter, second verse. It goes on to state that God finished his work on the seventh day and rested. In the next verse, it goes on to state that he sanctified the Sabbath. Yet, it says nothing about church. He goes on to state that he hadn't caused it to rain on earth, and there was water on earth, but he hadn't caused it to rain on earth because they didn't have a man to plow the field. So in verse 7, he created man. What it is, I believe I'll preach on that. Are we required to go to church? Well, I hope you see tomorrow. I'm the minister, Ron Brooks. I'm filling in for the minister that didn't show today. So what it is, my sermon today is why go to church. We go back into the book of Genesis, 2nd chapter, 2nd verse. It goes on to state that God finished his work on the Sabbath day and he rested. In the following verse, he goes on to state that he sanctified the Sabbath and rested from his work. You can read it yourself, don't take my word for it. Now what I'm saying, it says nothing about church in this Bible. Not in Genesis. Maybe in other books, I haven't read them all that much. But I'm going to. Heard these preachers preach. This is the Lord's day. And they're right on that behalf. He sanctified this day. Then they go on to preach. So you're worried about your Sunday dinner after they holding you half an hour more overtime. In some countries, they worship all day. What I'm saying is, they're right, but the Bible only states when God sanctified the Sabbath. And he rested on the Sabbath. If we're in church listening to some long-winded preacher preach all day, how we rested? What it is their choice. If they want to worship all day, but in this mission, anytime you want to walk out the door, feel free to walk out. I mean, why do we go to church? It don't state anything about it in the book of Genesis. Maybe worshiping God, maybe that's the reason. Praising him is not enough. Possibly God calls some preachers to preach. And he calls some people to listen. Possibly worshiping with the church family. It'd be a better influence on us as we go out into our everyday life. What I'm saying, I feel there's a lot of people driven away from church because there's certain preachers preach things that's not in the Bible. I'll be right up. It'd be nice to have your company.
And if you like, we could go to the house and get us a cup of coffee and get more acquainted.
I'd like that.
I was coming in one evening, I heard a noise out there. And I told my brother, I said, bring a flashlight and come here. And you know, a possum, most of the time, they'll bite you and take your arm off. And he picked her up and put her in a box and brought her in, and the next morning, she was dead. It was just like she was saying, help my babies.
You know, it looks like you've been trying to get Tanya and I married off for quite a while now. And really, I wonder why.
Ron, don't put that off on me. But you know what a good friend Tanya is to me, and I really would like to see a good man in her life.
Right.
You know, you men have worked hard today, and you deserve a good smoke. I realize this is the Lord's house, but I feel He rewards His children.
He does.
That's very nice of you, Reverend.
Time.
Yeah, we got a lot of responsibility, but well, look, it's worth sacrifice.
Yeah. Helping the people. Everything. In the fields and on the church.
Well, how have you been making out in the fields, you know, since you've been transferred from labor to church to the field?
Well, we've done pretty good so far. We picked a lot of stuff up and laid a lot of piping.
Well, you men enjoy yourselves, and I'll go check and see how everybody's getting along.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Bryant, I'm the Reverend Ron Brooks from the mission up the road here. And I understand your wife is in bad health, and I just want to come by and talk with you. Now, I was told that you're not a spiritual person, but if there's anything I can do to help you, be a friend to you, help you out with your farm, anything I can do, just ask.
Well, when my wife was in the nursing home, I'll tell you, I had to go every day, at least 7 days a week to see her. And I'll tell you the truth, there was a lot of times she got real good care, and then there was times that the care was kind of a little off. And so what I had to do a lot of times, when I go in, if I catch her, you might say in a mess or wet, I would change her beds for her. I would take her to the whirlpool, if you know what that is, and make sure she got her bath. Like I said, I was there 7 days a week. I wanted to make sure that she was getting the right type of care. And after they learned I was going to be there that often, she got where she did get pretty good care.
Well, I just thought that I'd come out and just try to be a friend to you. Sit with you, talk with you. Anything I can do to be a friend to you in this time of need. Well, what I'm saying, Mr. Brown, just like I said before, I was told that you're not a spiritual person. And I'm not going to try to force this Bible on you, but any time that you would like to learn or you're willing to listen, I'm willing to try to explain to you what I know. And just like I said before, I'm here to help you. Help you with your farm work this time of need. Talk with you. Even visit the rest home with you. You visit your wife if you would choose for me to do so. But I'm not going to try to force this Bible on you. But anytime you need me, just call on me.
So far, this field's been hoed twice this year, and looks like to me my sorry good for nothing helps just took off, and for some reason I just looks like I'm gonna mess up this year. I just can't get ahead. I don't know what the problem is. Does look like a man could find somebody dependable that would get out here and work, but anymore, it just seems like it's an obsolete situation. What do you think about all these weeds? Yeah, you're right. We're ready to feed stock and everything later on in the fall of the year. But this grain right here is definitely ready to combine and takes time to make all this stuff. And we got all that to do too, as well as this tobacco. Anyway, we got good full heads this year. These are nice and full. That's about as good as you can expect. Farming field. Each time this head is this full like this, we expect a pretty good crop at it.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
You know, it takes time. It takes time to do something right.
Yeah, that's what they say, but I think you're wrong on this one.
In other words, you think you're fast.
I believe I'm already out here.
Well,
I don't know what your problem is, but it seems like to me somebody lost.
all I'm saying is just give me a few more weeks, you know.
Big high weed standing there beside that corn stalk.
Yeah.
Okay, it needs to come out of there. I mean, it's taking away the strength from the fertilizer. It's going to the weed instead of going to the corn. Just like this weed right here is doing the same thing here. This whole weed right here. Lord, that's in the ground.
Hey, these weeds will take over for that.
Yes, sir, they sure will. It pays to get them out of it if you can.
Yeah, here's another right here.
Yeah. It definitely pays to kind of get all that stuff off of it.
How about pouring me some more of this? I swear, this man about works me to death today. You know, what they said about this man is true. I swear. I can understand why a lot of these people quit on him. They just can't keep up with him. I don't think it's all that bad a man. They just can't keep up with him. You know, I'm no big hurry to get back out there.
There's a lot of things I've done too.
There's a lot of things I've done too, but I can't take them back now.
No, I'm not proud of the things I've done, but, well, we got a new life now. We got a lot of responsibility. And I feel our mission here is to help these people.
There's a lot of things we'll have to do to the church.
That could be why we survived.
To help these people.
Do you read the Bible, Mr. Brooks?
So I just finished reading John chapter 3, verse 16, and it goes on to state, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." I mean, what I'm saying is, I've been the devil's helper most of my life, and I just don't feel that believing that verse is going to get me to heaven.
Do you know anybody that knows the Bible word by word?
It goes on to state in John chapter 3, verse 5, and before that, verse 3, that we must be reborn again in the Spirit. And what I'm trying to say is, it's very necessary to believe John 3:16. If we don't believe, how are we going to be reborn in the Spirit?
Show me someone that knows the Bible word by word. Then show me someone that doesn't try to live it.
No, I just don't know the Bible the way I should. I can't speak to anybody else. But I have been reading Romans 10, verse 13. And it goes on to state, "Whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord will be saved." I feel that when we give up our old ways and we turn our lives over to Him, I feel that we'll be reborn again in the Spirit. Well, you know, this might be my last cup of coffee here for a while.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You're finished with your community service. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great.
Well, now that you're finished, you know, Ron, I was wondering if you would consider working for me.
Well, you know, I know that you're not all that easy person to work with at times, but I hope we can get along.
Well, I know that you've done such good work in the community. I have no qualms about the kind of work that you would do for me.
Well, I'm glad you got that much confidence in me, and I'll give it a try.
Well, you know, I have a shed that I want built on the property, and I understand you do have some construction background. Would you be able to work with me on that?
Yes.
Oh, great. I'm so glad.
Yes, I'll give it a try. If you remember my sermon a couple weeks back, I speak on being reborn in the Spirit. And when we're reborn in the Spirit, there'll be a change. And the change will be for the good. What it is, I feel the need to return home and restore unity within the family. My dad, he's a tobacco farmer, and he's still able to work. So I want to return home and work the fields with him, restore unity within the family. I've been your minister now for close to a year. And at the time I was on community service, and the minister for this mission, he didn't show, so I took his place. We've had a good fellowship. There's a good qualified man coming to take my place. I'm sure that you'll give him the same cooperation that you gave me. Thank you very much.
What you want us to do?
There'll be a position for you men in the church if you want it. I would encourage you to take it.
Like working in the fields, working with the church.
Tanya, I realize that your family's roots are here. And you do not want to leave their graves unattended. I can understand why you won't be going back with me. But I just feel a need to help Dad with the tobacco farm this summer. And when the tobacco season is over, I will be back. And that'll give us plenty of time to think, well, do we want to be married or not? I just feel the time will be good for both of us. I will return.
Well, and good old sports. Hey, did you hear the engine? You know, I'm expecting my son, Ron. That could be him. Excuse me, ladies. Let me see. Yeah, it's Ron. He's home. Yeah, my boy's here. Great. Oh, boy, I gotta go greet him. My son is home. He's home finally.